Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and those intuitively guided. Welcome everyone. We're going to do a reading for August. Though you guys know, at my table, time is fluid, and I feel like, the readings will reach you or you'll reach it when you need it. I've even been putting that on my thumbnail. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to bring in the Mother Mary deck. Let me bring this down first. There we go. I don't know why my table's not my table shaking. Well, hello. This one was coming right to you. It landed on top of the laptop. Devotion. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. Devotion. These two came out. We probably won't read them at the end. We'll definitely read Devotion. We have Inner Child. I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self-care. I feel like some of us need that right now. Like a sense of heaviness and like have to overcome it. It's interesting too, when I was shuffling your cards, the song Jack and Diane kept playing through my head by John Mellencamp, Jack and Diane. So I feel like I have to mention everything because I feel like everything happens for a reason. Quiet. You're probably talking to me. Sandy, be quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Alright, we're going to use the Light Seers deck. Already pre-shuffled, but I'll give it a shuffle. Let's give it a cut. You also have a longer reading that's already done for August. This is going to be a little shorter. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But you do have another one for August, so I'll link it at the end of the video. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Wheel. Interesting. Destiny. Things are moving. Well, hello. We have the Fool. I like that a lot. This is you trusting your destiny. I feel like, real quick, I just have to say, I feel like for some, you've come from a tough place, and even maybe like your own actions, and this is not for everyone, but there's some, I feel like, where there may be things that you're not proud of, right? But I want to say in the same breath that, if you're religious, ask for forgiveness. If you've truly changed and let that part of you go, through recognition, by the way, be proud of yourself, some of you maybe, or some of you are receiving, I feel like, even apologies of, it's kind of like forgive my ways, actions. But here's the Fool. So I feel like no matter what, whether this is someone else or this is you, this is the ability to, you're not carrying the guilt. You're not carrying the regret. Maybe you're doing something about it. Who knows? Sometimes I feel like, when we fail at something, we think that's it. I'm done. I'm no good. Where really there's a lot of lesson within the failure, so that when you do get up and do it again, even if I have to do it 10 times, each time I do it better, right? Because I'm learning. Anyway, the Fool is really freedom. just feels like freedom. And it's about taking a leap towards something. You know, she's like at this cliff, and it's like she's going to, you know, it reminds me of that trust exercise where you fall back and you hope someone's going to catch you, right? And I feel like this is saying to you, your angels are going to catch you, you know, and they have been catching you. So anyway, all right, what else do we have? We have the King of Cups. If it's a person, doesn't have to be, remember that. It is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This guy's chilling out. He's putting his intention out into the world. It's going through, you know, and I feel like whoever this King of Cups is, like this intention, I knew this intention that I'm sending out to the universe, let's say, I knew that, you know, there were going to be some choppy waters. I knew that. And maybe I built my boat accordingly. Because I feel like I know it's going to make it. Some of you may be thinking about moving to the water. It may feel, you know, I'm seeing a lot of water right there. It may be very healing for you. I know I lived in Rhode Island for 20 years, and most of those were down by the beach. And I had to pay a pretty price for it, but... And it's interesting because now I have a longing for, like, the mountains. And here I am back in Pennsylvania. Plenty of mountains. Well, we have the Queen and the King of Cups. This Queen has the Seven of Swords above her. Though in the same breath, I want to say, you know, it's interesting because in here they're in snow. So, you know, how do I want to say this, whether it's happening to me or I'm the person who may, you know, I feel like misbehaving, like that word misbehaving wants to come up. But yet I have this Queen who is, by the way, both of them have their eyes shut and they're both like in a meditative state. She's connecting to above. She's got this crown that wants to come down on her. To me, that's a sign of the Empress. And then, well, he's got the crown wants to come down on him too. So again, whether it's this king, this is their previous energy, or it's the Queen. I have to say, 7 is a very spiritual number, though. You know, it's about learning about my spirituality. Think of a life path 7. It's all about learning about their spirituality. You go into a life path 8, it's kind of the opposite. Anyway, just keep going. We have the wheel here. We have the Two of Pentacles. So you're definitely deciding, or someone's deciding whether to jump on this wheel, to do something new, whether it be with someone old. You know, they both seem to be in very like-minded energy, almost like where I've learned to calm myself, right? This is grounded energy through the Two of Pentacles. So wherever the choice is coming from, it's coming from a grounded energy. And that may be why I feel like the boat, like it has been built to withstand the choppy waters, right? I'll still face them, but I've built a strong boat so I know I can get through them. Using the wind, right? Using the wind at my back. The Magician, look at that, the Fool and the Magician. I feel like this King and Queen are thinking the same thing, are manifesting the same thing. Though I definitely feel, again, one how to overcome or, change this misbehaving ways. And I feel like, now I know it's not everyone because, some are going to be like, Sandy, they haven't changed at all. It could be you. Because sometimes it's our thoughts. I'm not putting a blame on you, by the way. Someone's out there mad at me. No, I didn't mean it that way. Anyway, so we have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Interesting. Very tempting type energy. It's funny because I'm thinking about Capricorn right now, and I'm thinking about my granddaughter who's a Capricorn, and I just happen to love her personality. But I can see both sides. Like she's not afraid to bring both sides out, right? Like, well, she's young, but like she'll show both sides of her with no, how do we want to say it, with no regret. I don't know. And maybe that was part of the problem because I suppose as we become an adult, maybe it's just a feeling of someone like not growing up. I feel very tempting energy with the devil. I have to say that. I don't normally feel that so much, but I feel it. But then I have the Magician right in front of it. And, I kind of feel like the Queen is making a decision. She's connecting, no doubt, making a decision about something new, but it may be something old again. Now it could be the King, okay? Either way. But I know that it's coming from a grounded a decision because, first of all, I have the Fool, so I'm not carrying the energy of the past with me. I'm not using my words as I'm using them as a tool and not a weapon. Don't know why I just said that, but anyway. So we have the Fool and the Magician. It's interesting because the Magician and the Fool, or I mean, the Magician and the Devil are both can be tricky energy. Okay, well, the clarifiers will tell us. We had the King's Swords on the bottom. I highly recommend this deck because I just love how everyone in it is just kind of chilling, right? Kind of chilling. Doesn't mean all is fine, but they're chilling within the energy. So here's this King of Swords. It's funny because where did I see? Oh, right here in the Seven of Swords. Boy, I feel like here's this hawk. I think it's a hawk. Maybe a raven with its mouth open like it wants to say something. And then here it is here. Now, could this be the Queen communicating, right? Trying to communicate almost like spiritually, telepathically. I mean, there are some phone lines there. Anyways, he's on the bottom of the deck. I shouldn't say that. I feel like I shouldn't say that. I'm seeing this owl. This tells me a sense of wisdom. It's interesting I said about learning how to use one's words. King of Swords definitely has done that. And, much like a Capricorn, I could see both sides, right? They also know how to use it as a weapon. And I feel like it's recognition of that anyway. Because the owl's looking right at us, so I feel like the wisdom is there. Okay, let's bring in the Crystal Vision. I'm going to bring these a little closer to me, like I'm right in front of me. You know, if this is something like you want, but you're worried because of past energy, and no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to clear it. Or maybe you've cleared some, but you're like Two Pentacles would say this is about you and grounding yourself first. Like, be grounded first and then move forward. That Fool's on the bottom of the deck. Two Fools. You know, I don't know if this is a love reading. I kind of feel it is. But for some, it feels even more than that. What do I mean even more than that? It's almost spiritually. Not almost. Well, Ace of Pentacles. Coming over that Seven of Swords. First of all, this is energy. This is getting ready, if I accept this ace, to walk down the path of the Pentacles, right? This is where I'm becoming responsible, grounded, thinking about maybe finances, the beginning of building a foundation, all that. And I often feel like, you know, these seeds come because this is definitely a seed of intention. And then from that point on, it's up to us what we're going to do with it. We're going to nurture it and grow it and love it, right? And kiss it and love it. Or are we going to spit at it, push it, say no to it? You know, it's like up to us. Anyway. I feel like some of you know this. Like all of a sudden, it just got like chills the whole way down my body. And I just had this overwhelming feeling that some of you, it's like, maybe it doesn't happen, but it's like, I know it's going to happen. Maybe you don't know how you know. But in a way, I feel like you know. And I do feel like you had a part in the manifestation of this, as do I feel they did too. This is nobody doing something against their will, right? Being mysteriously pulled into a relationship. No, this is not like that. Well, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. The Ace of Pentacles and then the Nine of Pentacles. You know, this is business ownership. This talks about success. This tells me that someone is able to take this ace and at this point, because we're at the wheel, at this point, bring it to the nine. Take it the whole way to the nine, and nine is success. What's next? Do I want to bring someone in here? I put the 9 with the ace. That brings us to the 10. Who knows? But the one thing I want to say, you know, 9, this could talk about 9 years also. 9 is reflection. So to get to this point, I've had to reflect back and, you know, maybe I started using my dark for good. Does that make sense? We have the 10 of Swords over the Fool. So that's good. 10 of Swords is about, you know, that feeling of what everyone else has done to us. All these swords in our back, right? But in the same breath, we're laying there. We're laying there, taking sword after sword after sword. So, you know, there's a lesson. There's one lesson in that. Like, how many swords? Because I feel like when we get to the 5 of Swords, we have the opportunity to look at something and make a conscious choice, decision. Do I continue forward or do I start anew? Starting new is hard. So some didn't. And I also want to tell you, you know, some of you, just like I have felt in every reading for August, I feel like some of you, this is now your business. And if you question if you can take this ace to the 9, here it is. You know, and over the wheel. So I kind of feel like probably faster than you thought. You know, this person's in the 9. She has her arm over this tiger, right? So this tiger holds no fear in her, you know. I often feel, you know, when I see a tiger, it's like taming the tiger, right? Taming, claiming my territory again, right? Maybe I've given it away. I don't know. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. This is about one's hopes and dreams and wishes coming true, right? We have the Magician here, so you know, and I feel like both are manifesting. Star talks about manifesting. The Star, you know, it's a good example of what you put out there, right? The intention that you put it out there in. And you know, this boat is becoming more and more important in this reading because this boat is solid. So therefore, I feel like, you know, someone's hope is becoming their reality. You know, and seeing inner child, this could definitely talk about somebody way back when. I don't know. Anyways, we have the Hangman. So the Queen, putting a little hold on there. Why? I don't know. The Unknown card. Unknown card. You know, I guess maybe no matter how much I try to connect, maybe I'm saying to my guides, like, tell me, you know, will this end in marriage, in complete commitment? You know, it can't be told yet. Because it's really up to each, right? Each who has the seed to nurture it and grow it, right? This boat going over choppy waters, but it can do it. It's built for it. Some of you who've had time distance between someone, but I feel you're still connected. You know, that's what it's saying. It's like, it's going through the choppy, like, allow it to come to the calm waters. But if this is for a guarantee, there cannot be a guarantee. The only way you can guarantee it is you, but you can't even guarantee it because they have free will also. But what I want to say here, because I kind of don't want to talk you out of this, the Unknown card to me is just saying, you know, take it step by step. That's it, step by step. I don't feel like anyone's coming to you broke, for sure. You know, some of you, this may be someone who could have been like a past work person. Anyway, I feel like you know if you know. You know, I feel like some of you, or they, or both, I really feel like, you know, it's almost like some spiritual cleansing needed to happen. But it feels like each individual, like there needs to be this spiritual cleansing, this spiritual cleaning, clearing. And because the more I do that, it's like I'm able to almost breathe away the earthly things. You know, she's a mood ring on. I used to have a mood ring. I used to love my mood ring. And it changed color according to what your energy was. Hers is black. Her crystal ball is clouded. But it's coming, what's that over here? Well, it's the wheel. Hello. You know what? Maybe, here's the answer. We want to know the ending, and it's like you're the lead character, right? You are the co-star. If this is about a relationship, you're the co-star, but you really are the leading character within your story. And you're writing it as you go. Like, what's destiny? Can it mean that it's bringing two people together? Yes. But then what those two people do, and listen, there may have been failure, right? We talked about that in the beginning, but I feel like, pulled myself back up and I learned. I seen it. So I did it again, right? I tried it again. This could be someone who has tried to overcome something, and it may have taken a few times, and this may be, first of all, what it may talk about is the focus needs to be on the Pentacles. So anyway, we have, well, come on guys, we have the Five of Cups. So there's some, but definitely, this is the energy of missing someone I love. It's a card that asks you to be aware of where your focus is at in this energy, because if you turn around, there's two more cups. Like, love isn't over. You think it's over. Take these fives, take the opportunity to stop, look, focus. What am I looking at? What am I thinking about? All of that. And then turn around. It's interesting because the Five of Cups, right, has these two cups that have yet to be discovered yet. I think it's over. And what was I going to say? Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, and then, so where do we go next? We go to the Six of Cups. Wow. This is someone that I have happy memories about. There can be difficult memories also, but this is saying, put your focus there, right? The Fool and the Magician, both are bringing this energy to the forefront. Okay, well, hello, with the King of Cups again. Interesting. And then we have the Four of Swords. Come on. So, the King of Cups, it can certainly be a water sign, but what it is someone who comes to the table with an open heart. The only way you can have a truly open heart is to be aware, to be truly aware, and to know what is false and what is truth, what can be forgiven and what can't. I don't believe you should carry any of that with you, though. Anyway, I don't know, except that I feel like this reading is talking about, something that has been, right? It's like I seen it, I tamed it, and I have changed, and I have become something. I am building, right? True success. True success. Maybe some are holding back until someone gets to that point. Anyway, what I love is this, the King comes out now with the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is healing. To me that means, and you may be the King. It's, well, somebody's out there mowing all of a sudden. But it's really a loving heart. This is someone who wants to be in a relationship, It's like, I want that partner. The Four of Swords talks about prior heartache, so I know that it's affected probably both. But the extra sword there is our own, right? So they went through this awareness process. And I'm getting a little confused because it's like hard for me to know the difference between them and you, so to speak. All right. Let's leave it there because I don't want to make these too long. But I do want to read devotion. Plus we have somebody weed eating. This card reminds you to stick with what you believe and not to waver from your values. If someone or something tempts you away from your basic core beliefs, pray for the strength to say no. Don't go chasing illusions or more money or love, when everything you need and desire is available to you now, if you simply recommit to what is right for you. What's important to you? That is the answer you seek. Spend time in prayerful communication with God and pour your heart out to Him about your feelings, including any fears or doubts. God and Mother Mary love you unconditionally and are here for you right now. Pray for clarity about your true priorities, values, and beliefs, and then base your decisions upon this solid foundation. Commit to your beliefs and devote yourself to God, and everything else will take care of itself. Wow, it's like the boat that Noah built. I don't know. I'm going to leave it right there. I love you guys. I'll connect your other reading. See how it relates. I love you. I'll see you in the readings. Bye-bye.